The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
First and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Let's go now. Check smash. Check smash. Go, Rick. Go. 18, Pioneer.
Now a play fake here on first down. Forced out to his left. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Second and a yard.
Looking to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Reed. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 32 on the play. They'll set up a throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
The Packers hit 11-3 on the year. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 35. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Wiggles free. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. They'll drop to throw.
Musgrave's got it outright.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Second and 11.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
And they'll bring out Anders Carlson now to try the field goal.
From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead.
Well, they started the drive backed up pretty deep, but a nice effort to overcome the field position, get into field goal range on the game's opening possession.
And Brandon, I think from where they started, The initial thought was, can we get 1 or 2 first downs and help out our defense after we pump the ball away with field position? But as that drive went on, I think their sights got set a little bit higher. They were thinking touchdown, ended up settling in between and coming away with a field goal.
At their own 10-yard line.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, this defense for the Packers, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And one of the key numbers that I look at after every game, total yards allowed. They held them under 200 yards of total offense. Just couldn't sustain much of anything against them. Great job showing them different looks and then attacking.
The 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Powell down to throw it.
And he comes back with one complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
2nd down and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Powell, he'll look to throw it.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
A gain of
7 yards there and a first down.
Now Howell.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You look at this Packers defense.
Currently #1 in the NFL against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Go a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out and they get a backhand. What was the serve? What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like that.
Really good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the whole
little bit.
thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. They run with McCaffrey off the option.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They go play action here on first down. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. 3-3, a tight one after one on EA Sports. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
19 Tiger.
He'll look to throw. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
2nd and 13.
And that's going to be incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
70 range. 19 tight. 19. Panther 11. Panther 11. Bronco leading.
He'll look to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's brought down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They'll try and sneak it here. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
I think the effort was there, but sometimes the defense is just a little bit better. No gain on the quarterback sneak, no place to go.
Now receiver in motion left.
They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
65, yeah, 65, yeah. Cut 19. 79 Broncos. Warriors 70.
Now back to throw. And he's got it. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands.
Here we go.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. In motion right is the running back. Back to throw.
He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers.
A great play there. With touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Packers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down.
And the Browns' 1st down.
Powell out of the shotgun.
Steps away to his left. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports.
2nd and 10. Powell looking to throw again.
This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to get the football here at their own 23. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here.
And they run the option on second down.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. Throw outside. McCaffrey's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. Being chased out left. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. How about that? Their quarterback, 26 yards.
And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
Now Howell. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. It's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss.
Now a 2nd and 10. And Howell will throw it.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Off-play action. It's Howell.
They'll roll him out right. And that's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
The Browns send out their punter now.
Jaden Reed is deep for Green Bay.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And taken right at the 35. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
That's going to be caught downfield by Reed.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great effort there as time expires in the first half.
And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They show great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
He pooped again. He just pooped again.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. Here's Thompson on the return.
This taken in right around the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Yeah. All that we needed anyway. So we needed
The
it
Cleveland
anyway.
offense ready to go.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Throwing here, Howell.
This complete to Langford.
Loose inside the 30.
And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 85 yards.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass.
And the Browns come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead. It's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the side.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off.
And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Howell.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling. Held it to an okay gain.
A deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Howell.
Escaping, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Making that play on the pass rush, that's Devontae Wyatt.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Back to throw now in his own end zone. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot, because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there.
Here's Howell.
It's caught. Here's Langford.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Howell throwing on first down here. This ball caught by Mechie.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now Howell. Oh, and that is incomplete.
They're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Second down throw for Howell. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
That is caught. He's got space past the 25. Now he's loose up the left sideline. Moving inside the 20.
Touchdown, Packers.
Jaden Reed,
97 yards.
and the Packers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Carlson back out there now to send this one away. Taken at the goal line.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Howell, he'll look to throw it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Through an opening, and there he goes. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Carlson's extra point up and good.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. For the fourth quarter, we'll begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter.
So now Carlson, after the touchdown, call on to send this one away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Out to his left. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Powell down to throw it.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now they go play action with Howell.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today.
And the Packers will have solid field position here as they take over at the 35-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
He'll buy some time right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. He stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Second and 4. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Stevens. The offense on third down tonight. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
I know we're still in the afternoon, so there's a primetime game still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all, but in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Off the option, here's McCaffrey.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The ball on the 8 still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and 7.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Brought down at the 4-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
19 Lions. Cowboy 80. Buffalo 18. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Here's 2nd and 10. Powell looking to throw again.
He's going to wind up and air it out. That's caught inside the 20. A big play that time for Cleveland. And even 50 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Powell from the gun. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't in.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Now the Browns offense will stay on the field as they'll go for 2 here. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he'll get in, and they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So here's a 3rd and 14.
Back to throw here. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 10. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Faking the handoff, Howell. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
4th down, Howell, desperation time. Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll be out right at the 35. Now, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
And Howell will throw it.
He's going to let it fly.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll look to throw again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Throwing here, Howell. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And this is a situation where, as a head coach, you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Another throw for Howell. He lets one go deep for Addison. That is incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
2nd and 10, Howell.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanket.
And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Sheds off the tackle.
And the Packers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
2nd down and 3.
Warriors 70. Mustang 19. 18. Raptor 18. Go.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Track at 60.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Back to throw again.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And that is incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
One last shot at the end zone.
And that will be incomplete. They were going for a concept.